I'm gonna educate you guys on mana. Or Frank Karsten is gonna educate you guys on mana. So, I woke up and I saw that Premier Draft is available. And I said, if Premier Draft is there, I'm gonna stream. Whenever this deals combat damage, you may exile it, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. Each opponent discards a card and you draw a card. Each opponent sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice. It's slow, but it's actually kind of medium, but we're gonna probably take it just to try it out. I think ultimately Shock is a better card. Like that I've seen. Like I'm pretty sure Thunder Magic is a better card because it's not even that easy to connect with that, right? And when you don't connect, it's just a 4 mana 4/3. There's just so much room to maneuver if you take Thunder Magic. The thing is, it's not connecting. I think I'm gonna go with Thunder Magic. There's so many rares that I think you just take a better card. Because look at that, we're getting, well, we would have a black card. It's not realistic like, to even connect to that. Menace on a 4/3 is pretty bad on 4. Whenever an artifact you control enters Surveil 1, at the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more artifacts, return target creature card from a graveyard to your hand. Then if you control 8 or more artifacts, it's in a weird colors even if you would play it. I've seen that card being like really, really good. I might take that. We actually had Muldrota yesterday. And I like maybe Town Splash, like Timor Towns. That's like a realistic scenario. Could go with more aggro stuff. We haven't drafted real aggro yesterday. No, let's do that. Let's do some aggro. Let's do different stuff because we had a lot of soups already. Like equipment aggro potentially. I just want to do different stuff because if I'm always gonna take rares, I'm gonna end up with a mixed like piles of cards and mostly gonna be more expensive, right? And then I always end up in a soup, which is like what we've been doing the whole day. This has been really good, by the way, on opponent's side, but we were stumbling when we faced it. At the beginning of our upkeep, each player exile the top card. Until end turn, you may play that card you own, exile this way, and each other card exile this way with lesser mana than it without paying its mana cost. We could take the Jellycat also, or this. This was actually good. I'm not sure if this is good in aggro, though. The black card looks okay. Yeah, I mean, it was expensive, I guess, but maybe we need to ramp now and abandon that plan. Which makes me regret now not taking the... Well, but okay, there's a pretty sick uncommon. We played versus that. So it's a 1 mana, 1/2, 1 mana sacrifice target creature gains indestructible, but you also get the counters on the other creature, which is pretty good. Ice Magic was great. Jellycat is alright. Like all the random cheap flyers are alright. Yeah, so I don't know. This doesn't fit really now if we go. But okay, we wasted 1 pick. There wasn't that much. Ooh, maybe we go there. Cargo ship is so busto. And especially with artifacts. We need more infantries now. But that was the idea. I picked it because it has such a high upside. Syncopate. I saw LSV tweet about this. But we played versus it. It was terrible versus us. But some people are actually high on this card. There's the Chocobo, which I was talking about earlier. What a card. Okay, I'm taking Cargo Ship. Well, do we just commit to something? Could this be good? There's some go white cards. And this can go wider. There's a Jellycat. There's a good equipment. Maybe we commit to equipment. We haven't drafted that yet. It's just a matter of what we're taking here. I might want to try this out. Even though, yeah, these look okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Tidos. We got the Sign Pause. I guess we move into blue now. There's also no red cards. The red is going to be contested because it has just the best removal. But that's a good sign. We're seeing 2 artifact cards. Could try that. We lost to it. But again, we were stumbling. Probably just Slash. Slash is going to be... Well, Sleep Magic is also good. 1 mana. But there's some ways to target your creatures. Like, for instance, Tidus would... Oh, no, its opponent controls. I'm still going to take Slash. Slash is just so efficient. 2 mana, deal with anything almost in a deck like that. Pot over Ice Magic, but I can get Convince on the other. Being good as well. But this is an artifact and an early equipment. This wheels? What? I don't think we're there though. We're too deep into artifacts. Scandalfino, what's up? Good morning. So let's take that. Maybe we play it, maybe not.
Hope you are doing fine.
And now we get this, or could take a land because we have that. Shall we try side quest? It does work on, so how it reads a creature artifact. If it's the top card, you get it in hand, upkeep, then you transform it. And then it's a land that's pretty expensive, but pumps your board if you sack the foot usually that you get. That's the application, realistic application. Are we too deep into blue? I could still switch into red-white. But our blue cards are better than white cards. Okay, so as additional cost, sacrifice a legendary creature, counter target activated ability, triggered ability of non-creature spell, or pay 3. So 3 mana negate. Well, you could sack the heroes and then it's a 1 mana negate. Are we actually taking the Paladin's Arm? There's nothing else for us, which is kind of sad. Maybe that, but it's... No, I like this more. It's an artifact. Well, while this is probably still good if you draft this a little bit differently. We could be a go-white deck still, though. But we don't have any go-white cards. Okay, there's a Jellycat. There's also Slash. There's a... Wow, these two... By the way, these two are really good. Again, 4 toughness, even on 4 drop. But I might take the affinity for artifacts. We have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. Now, we need to go deeper or higher on artifacts. But maybe like Monk... Like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 chances of something to wheel. And maybe even Slash, but yeah. Okay, this looks way more focused than what we did yesterday, but I needed to adjust. I think I need to start taking good commons over medium rares just to try them out, because then you always end up in a soup, and that's just boring. Not sure of the site. Like, I think you need 4 mana, make 3 heroes for this or something, which we can still get. 5 cards, you may reveal an artifact card, put them into your hand. The rest on the bottom. That or Slash would be also good. But this potentially ups the counts of artifacts, so... Although, Slash has been really great. And I think you want interaction. I'll take Slash. The other card is not an artifact, but it does grab an artifact. Top 5 cards, put one of them into your hand and choose your an opponent. They put one on the bottom of your library, then put one into your hand. Okay, so you get 2 cards. Syncopate is not really the greatest pick. Actually, Ramen could fit. Wow. There's a Choco common, which is a great card. X to any target, but we're a little bit off. You get 3 cards. Okay, let's take it. I mean, it's a little bit awkward because we're kind of want to be proactive, but we'll see. There was not much in the pack. So this or that, I really like this card. It has been such a house. It works with Tidus, by the way, even if you're aggro. So we're just gonna take that over Monk Fist, Castle Guard, or even Sentinel as an artifact. But I like the quality in that. Ooh, nice. So this would pump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards right now, but we can get more. And it's still a 4/4 that cycles. And there's one common artifacer that you can get. This won't wheel because we're too late in the pack. I think it's an artifact over Guard, even though Guard is a really good or a decent card. But this doesn't have to do anything with artifacts. UFO is a 0 power. We still want to be attacking. This is just a worse Monk Fist, but okay. Has really late suplex. By 2-way. Wait, what? Target opponent mills half their library rounded down. Okay, so that's the worst one. That's good, right? Crit creature gets +1/+1 for 7 exile. Because the thing is, if you don't have other mill, it's only half their library, even if they're low. The fragment is really good. Wow, that's a late Chocobo. Could play that. It's not an artifact. It does look like artifact. The borders are a little bit weird in this set. I like the more magic-y borders. Which one? I guess this one is slightly better still than Jellycat, even though Jellycat looks great. And there's Slash on the wheel, but we just took 2. No, but Jellycat is also good. No, I'll just take that. It's two artifacts. No, it's 1 artifact in hero, but it counts here. Take a land. Card is good though. We can afford 1 land for consistency. Wait, what? How is Choco Comet still there? This might work, it's an artifact. Well, we wield that either way. This has been insane, but this is not the deck for it. But in blue-red, Ultros was such a house. Slash, and we have 3 really good removal spells, all being the same card. This could potentially work with... It's only armor, right? We don't have anything else. This is not a non-creature. This we have. Well, there's another game that is popping right now. So you don't get to play Final Fantasy or watch, or you have to make a decision. Wait, what? Draw a card for each artifact you control. Yes, man, Pixie is also great. This is 6 mana, but still, I mean, we don't need to play the clunky draw spell now. Well, there's a might wheel, and I hope it wheels the other one wheel. But we're gonna take that. This reads pretty well. The flip part doesn't matter, but the equipments are staying even if the creatures are dying. So it's gonna be like 6 mana, draw 3 on average, probably. Wait, what? These two and the cargo ship and another sit. That's great. What does that do? Attack, reveal a card from top of your library until you reveal a land card. Put that card on the battlefield tap. That's also great. On haze, but this is exactly what we want. I don't even know. I mean, even ship would potentially do a lot. This is the most expensive cards, and we are somewhat expensive. So that's a little bit concerning. But we're gonna try one of the rares. Okay, so Vendor works with Sit. It's an Artificer. This is a little bit greedy, because I do want early game, and Monk Fist would be great. You would take a wagon, but like, look, read this card. For each artifact you control is an Artificer. By the way, it's also an Artificer for that. 3 mana 2/2. Put a 1/1 counter on this. We may play 2 additional lands. Okay, it's a reprint. I think we just take an artifact here. This is just a 3 mana 2/2 life linker because we don't have other life gain. It's not the cheapest artifact, but it's the only artifact in this pack. Ooh. That if we take the rescue mission, some of our stuff get better, like Sid gets better, some of our sideboard stuff gets better, but we have enough playables. I'm just taking that. We're a little bit expensive, so maybe I regret now taking the, like, maybe an armor could be something else. Well, we get that, but I gotta take a 2-drop. We gotta go cheaper, even though. But we would have to build it a little bit differently. I do like the sit and this. Plus, if you're on aggro deck, you can tap down the board. So it would be a decent fit, but we still need to go cheaper. We don't really need another one. But then again, it's so much better than Monk's Fist. We are expensive. Wish we had another cargo ship. Well, this works now decently well with 2 of these and armor. There's nothing in the pack. Yeah, it's good. Slash is debatably better in this deck than Aura Sid, though. Because it's just cheaper. Okay, Jellycat. That's not an artifact, but it cares about artifacts. Wait. Oh man, we're so freaking expensive, though. This you can cycle. Artifact. No, this, you mean this? Don't like Syncopate in this deck at all. Yeah, I wish I took some cheaper cards, like, especially this pick I regret now. Cargo Ship would be the best pick in that pack, by the way, even though if 2 busted rares are there. Because no matter what you do, you like, this is bad deck building, like having so many 4s in an aggro deck. We need some 2-drops. I'm probably gonna play the 1-mana artifact here, because it does make everything cheaper. And it's gonna be a 2/1 in most cases. It's probably better than Castle Guard. Yeah, but Syncopate in this deck where you can... Syncopate is actually terrible here because you want to equip your stuff if you have mana open, so you cannot really leave mana open. I have a lot of removal. Maybe 1 slash goes. So just we can fit... I think I want to fit another 2-drop in. And cut 1 more card. It's fine. It's exciting to play with new cards. That's all I'm gonna say. It feels snowbally, but a lot of early accesses. feels snowbally, or sets in early access feels snowbally, and later when you figure out what cards you need to contest stuff, it gets easier. I was considering ramen, but the idea is we need to, like, this doesn't help us survive. So it's just like a weird. It does like ramp here or give us a card here, but I need to make cuts either ways. We gotta cut 1/4. Maybe we cut 1 sit. We cannot go to 16. Like, look at our mana cost. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4 drops. You're not hitting 4 on curve consistently if you have 16 lands. I have a chart somewhere. I'm gonna educate you guys on mana. Or Frank Karsten is gonna educate you guys on mana. So, if you run 16 lands, this is, by the way, how it works. What's the percentages to hit a land drop on curve 2, 3, 4, 5 if you run this number of land? And this is on the draw, this is on the play. So 16, look at this. It's only 81. And look at the difference. This is only 5%. Land 3 is fine. Land 4 is 10% of a difference on play draw, and also between this and this, look at the percentages. It's 18% of a difference. While if you run 70s, you increase 17, you increase the chances, but you don't want to lose 30% of your games if you need to hit a 4 drop on 4. I think that's overrated. I think you guys are just paranoid about the hand smoother. Most people that are doing well don't really build the decks differently in best of 1 and best of 3, as my experience. You just play good. Between 16, yeah, but you do increase the chances, and you want to increase your chances, even if it's by 5%. Don't we have 9/9 mana? That's fine. We can deal with there's a lot of X1s in this format, so we can deal with a 2-drop. That's why I kept. No, you just watch Frank Karsten, and you learn how to play. Well, I guess it's still that, and then we can double spell deal with the Jellycat. It's not the greatest in this deck, I agree, but it is an artifact for our payoffs. I think it's good in decks that have a lot of cheap creatures, because it's a short sword, and short sword is a decent card in some decks in general. But the DIS here is just a cheap artifact. Oh wait, this doesn't count though for slash. We can crew it. I can see just that, and now we can block. I don't think I want to trade that away for a 2/2. But we can block here. Yeah, Edgar is cooking in 2 turns. Doesn't pay for that. We get 1 good exchange. Well, this we don't take damage. But fine if they have removal here. I don't care. So that doesn't work yet. So they need another one. Man, if they have 2, we get cooked though. Okay, that's fine. I mean, we're still... This was, I guess, a free attack since it has Vigi. That's fine. We can block that. Yeah, Edgar is drawing minimum 3 cards. Is I being too hasty? They're doing so many things still. Crazy. We're taking a lot of damage. Okay. I think we still raise. We're only taking 2 here. We're taking 3 if they have a removal, is what I'm saying. There's 1 card that flips a coin and it's a land. That would be interesting with Edgar. Ooh. I'm a little bit scared now. 9/9, 5 mana. If they have a threat and it shrinks, but maybe I should be playing around that. It's basically gonna be a 4/4. This gets to, we still don't lose. 7, 8, 9 plus 4. We take 11. There's a lot of counting in this set. This now disappears. I think our card quality carried in this one. Are there even some planeswalkers in this set? I don't think there's planeswalkers, huh? Oh, wait, we're playing Isaiah. Shout out to Isaiah. Yeah, we can look at the new planeswalker chatter. Here you go. We look at the new planeswalkers. There's none. Satch. Exile target card from graveyard. We are flooding. Shall I push here? Card doesn't do that much now, but I guess I want to keep the creature. Don't have anything to equip then too. Basically the idea is we can deal with the next thingy. And this can push damage through. I'm pretty sure they trade. Okay. Our early creatures or equipments are pretty medium, but other than that, our top end is great if we get there, if we draw it. Yeah, War of Sparks was a planeswalker set. They might go in that direction in the future. How many syncopates? Pow pow. There's a lot of new sounds. A lot of new sounds. That's what you get when the set is a banger, financially wise. You get new sound effects in Arena. Money well spent. Are we here yet? 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just attack for 7. We don't have another one. What flash stuff exists? Could I also flip that, but maybe flipping was better. I do like another creature though for next turn. So we have guarantee and equip. I guess this would also make a creature. I keep on forgetting the sagas are actually creatures. Yeah, it's crazy when you have multiples, you only have one. But it's still an artifact. I second picked it, by the way, or something. But then we haven't seen another one. I should have probably flipped. But ultimately, the whole year has been really successful, limited-wise, if you ask me. Yeah, again, I'm being a little bit. I mean, I'm joking a little bit there. Obviously, there is something for everyone, and not everybody will like everything, and that's good. That's fine. This is such value. They missed a land drop, haven't they? We got a 3/3 as well. Double tap. I guess we might do that then. I'll do a carry even. I like keeping a bigger board when their mana screwed also. I do want the momentum. We'll pump that so it gets an attack. Ouch. That's really good, actually. Oh, that works. Well, or not. Draw 2. Yeah, but I don't have double, triple blue. I could go these two, but it's not that great, I think. You know, these equipments are so annoying because you never get the value. But we have to go these two now. We draw more cards next turn. And they also, like, this is not free, it's 2 to equip if they want to attack, and I'm happy trading this away since it only gets 1 attack, although we almost have lethal. Well, with these two we have lethal, with ship we don't have lethal. I guess we do it with fist, so... Yeah, blue-white kinda goated. It's easier to also play it than... I mean, it's easier to you just kind of play to the board each turn. You don't need to overthink. You just use your mana effectively and the deck plays itself. Okay, on the play. Fair. We need a land. That touch. A cheat. No combo. Fourth land really important now. Otherwise, we might lose the momentum. I'm blocking. Okay, there's fourth land. Hidos, your turn. No, I never played for... I usually don't stream for that long in streamers event because I want to put a video on YouTube each time. So that takes me like hours to edit one. And I want to put it like as soon as possible often. You would need to play for 24 hours. I think it's doable. Ham almost did it. But you need to also get extremely lucky. Yeah, but nobody would watch the entire what. I tried that when I didn't know how to edit. It gives us way bigger momentum. To tap. Doesn't matter that much. Because I actually shrink like 2 hour, like almost 2 hour of a draft I shrink into like less than 1 hour. Because all these pauses, like look at these pauses, like you just have to cut that out. It's just uninteresting to wait for that. Unless I would speak all the time, but then I'm not that great of an entertainer. When you cast creature spell gains haste, so it got them a card now. 3 mana up. It doesn't seem like we're in a rush. I'll just pass. Maybe one day I'll try 24-hour early access stream, get to Mythic. Maybe. No, you can edit with AI, but it turns out terrible. I don't know, it just cuts too much. It cuts by speech. You couldn't technically use AI to cut by any sound, which would mean, for instance, it would cut here when there's no sound, right? Because Arena, whenever you do something, makes a sound. But I don't know, it just doesn't come up that great. So I do it manually. I'm not sure, like some streamers have AI edited stuff, and it does come alright maybe to some degree, but I don't know. I just don't like it how it comes out for me. You could technically comment every play and then make AI only detect your voice. But you would have to then talk literally every play. And that would work. Like that wouldn't make streaming fun for me, honestly. So I'm fine with editing stuff. Plus I get better with editing, which is not bad. I actually like to do it. Oh, but it gives +2 pump. Never mind. Wait. It gives actually +2 pump. That's crazy. Because this is an artificer. Now this would trade for both. Oh, but this would disappear, right? Either way. Maybe I messed up. Yeah, I messed up. I gave them a play. They gave them a play there. Although, we got rid of the first strike for a token, which might come up. No, it stays 2 turns. Okay, so I guess it's alright. Yeah, but that's your opinion, right? Most people lose attention. I'm pretty sure pauses you have to edit out if you want quality content. Because I've been having non-edited videos up and I didn't get that many views. Like, there's just certain quality to a video that you have. Like, there's just certain threshold to like entry, I think, for YouTube, because YouTube is still like more sophisticated content in a way. This is more like raw content, Twitch and streams, and there's a place for that. But YouTube just needs, I think, some at least the minimum editing needs to be done. But Magic is pretty forgiving, by the way, because it's more still about the gameplay. I'm gonna wait now till this disappears. No, but I would feel awful to do stuff for free. Like to make people do stuff for free. I would feel awful. Oh, come on. That's so abusive if I would actually like demand if somebody demands that from fans. I can see it offering content for other people to like basically make fan channels. Like that's, I think, what some bigger streamers do outside of Magic. We're not talking Magic here. Magic is too small. Probably not worth to do fan content for Magic like that. Wait, what? Oh, oh my god, that's pretty good. That's insane. So this will deal with that and we get big flyers. I would want to equip these ones. This is fine here. But you guys are making it seem like editing is that hard. I mean, it takes a while, but it's not really hard work, if you ask me. And it's somewhat fun to some degree. I mean, it gets repetitive. So I'm not the one complaining. You guys are complaining about editing. So I'm fine the way it is now. You gotta let the content creators work a little. Otherwise, we would just play games. That wouldn't be real work. Jelly? Jelly belly? Oh, there could be 3 damage to everything, but whatever. Need a land first. And it's still a grind either way. I would earn way more if I had a normal job. But normal job is harder. It's not that they are harder, honestly. Like, what I'm doing here is a lot of grind and like there's a lot of like, obviously when I stream, it doesn't like, that's the fun part. Then the other stuff like editing and social medias and stuff like that, which I'm still kinda learning on or whatever. That's the work for me, at least. But it's more fulfilling than doing a job. Some jobs can be easy and you can get easy money in, but they're not fulfilling, right? That's my trade-off. And I can only afford living out of content because I live in Slovenia, because the standard here is pretty low. I'm not big enough to be a full-time content creator in the US, for instance. One is easier to re-equip, so I like trading that one. Green-white is not supported. Blue-black is also not a real control, it's just a mid-range deck, but it's a good deck. This attacks for 3 technically. Blue-green is pretty good. Like blue-green towns we played against and it looked great. But it's more of just a soup, right? It's not really like it's a 3-4 color deck. If that was what you mean, not a real deck, but it's good, yeah. Yeah, it's just green splash. You don't need to be even blue main. I agree with that. There are some payoffs for towns in blue. I feel like we want to exile that. Gets us mana for next turn even. Yeah, I gotta do something with the channel point stuff, but I have recently I'm bad with ideas. No, you can splash, but there's way more, yeah, two-color stuff. There's more archetypes, though, than in Tarkir for sure. Normal magic. I think once you go green, you can add a third color often. Because the mana is pretty easy to get, and there's a lot of reasons to ramp as well in mana fix. Yeah, but Tarkir was also like really aggro-ish at the end, either way. Although the Abrade is a sorcery in this set. I don't see what kills on artifact instant speed for 2. Tarkir was really like the best archetype was still by far the most consistent and the easiest to get was still white aggro. It was way more possible than 5 colors. Because 5 colors was a dragon's archetype, which means it can only support few people in the pots because they fight for dragons. Reals like a soup without dragons was really a sub-tier archetype. While white deck could be supported by multiple drafters. I'm not a full-time streamer, but I'm like a full-time content creator because I do other stuff, right? I do editing and YouTube stuff and coaching. I guess coaching doesn't fit into content creation necessarily. But yeah, like I do magic related stuff for a living. Well, I do magic coaching, yeah. Arena Direct is my main earning. Arena Direct actually doesn't grant you that much cash, especially post taxes and everything. It's more for the entertainment and content. It's a lot of trouble also to like you wait for the boxes usually, especially in Slovenia for a while. I could equip, but I expect something. But they let this resolve, so I don't think they have anything. This year has been terrible in opens for me, but yeah, I used to get more top finishes. Last year was great though. No, they actually had that, but okay, we can do. They lose that. We keep this one and keep the equipment, so it's not that bad. Because we only lost the heroes. We still have creatures to re-equip now. Stop having good cards, Oppo. The set seems slow. Well, I had a different experience, honestly. I mean, the games sometimes go longer, but you cannot stumble. You cannot stumble. And that for me says that the set is still kind of like relatively fast because you need to go build your decks cheaper. There's still value. I mean, I think it's kind of midway. I also I'm not saying it's a fast format. It's just it's a pretty snowbally format. There's a lot of attack matter stuff. I think it has a good balance from what I've seen. So you can equip both. Put them on a 2-turn clock. Do I like it? I like most new sets, so I definitely like it for now. And on early access, I can lose and still have fun. On my main account, I don't have fun if I'm losing. I mean, that's a tough question. I don't think I can answer that at this point. I don't have the knowledge of the set to answer it at this point. I think a lot will be playable. We trophied with blue-red. This blue-white looks pretty good. We trophied with blue-red without rares, by the way. Then I seen some good green decks from opponents. Our green decks were pretty terrible, though. They don't have removal here and they only have 1 mana. Oh, wait. Oh my god. This one is 3 to equip. I just auto-tap. Okay. Mistakes were made. I thought these were both 2 to equip. Because the mana was available. Okay, okay. This is the day 1 flop. We get more playtime. Like, I needed to equip this and we would win. Fetch. We can still crew to get this a pump. There's a lot of details. Like, there's a lot of... You need to be focused and read a lot in this format because the cards have a lot of text. That's a little bit a matter of experience as well. You play with the set more, you get some stuff. Bro, I'm gonna lose now because of my mistake. Matty, what's up, what's up? We're 1 damage short now. They cannot draw now. They cannot actually cast that. It counts every artifact, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? Tempting, but no. I don't know. I mean, I don't pay too much attention to archetype power ranking. Honestly, I don't know why that would matter that much. If you kind of set your mind too early on that, you're gonna tunnel. So I don't really have like a real opinion what's better or not. I just know you wanna go cheaper in general. Even if you go grindier, you need to contest early stuff. No trade. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like, there's not many reachers or cheap flyers even. Now I got punished trading that, but okay. Right. You don't like equips. Equips are literally creatures in this set, so they're just creatures with upside. They're not your normie equipment. Wait, they got another one. We're actually in a lot of trouble because we're not adding enough pressure. Where is this? A ramp, archetype. So we cannot fetch either way. Could try to block, but we have to do it proactive, which is a little bit awkward. Try to double block. Seems bad. This also wouldn't work. So yeah, counter spell was pretty bad either way. So we would need 1 play and a land in 3 draws. I think we still keep, but we need 1 play and a land. Which is realistic. So there's a land, now we just need a play. And it can still be like a 3. Well, depends how aggro they go. Wish there was an artifact. Isn't it more by turn 3? More than 91 on the draw. At least they didn't add that much to the board, but yeah, they gained some value. Okay, now Jellycat stops everything. If they want to use that, fine. Green-white tokens, huh? Green-white go white, as intended. Jellycat is good, but it's also not broken or anything like that. Draw a card. When you cast a legendary, exile this. Target non-permanent. That card is good. And then transform. What? We have a problem. If you notice, there's a lot of non-interaction going on. Like one player is doing one plan and you don't do much. Either they have two big creatures for your board to not kind of be able to deal with that, or they're working with some synergy that steamrolls. So it feels like really Ixalan-ish, like, but a little bit less aggro, which is good. Yeah, but this even alone would be fine. 3 mana 3/3 that later deals with something and flips. Pump there. They lose both, that's pretty good. They lose a turn and they lose both creatures. We lose our creatures, but then we have an expensive hand. The 1-for-1. But yeah, it is a problem now. We can deal with it next turn, potentially. You can respond, right? What? And the card? That's busted. Well, we'll probably just lose because now we don't have an answer for that. That's first, but also we're too far behind on tempo. That's actually okay-ish. Probably still dead to the pump. Oh wait, that still works because it goes on stack. Yeah. But I mean, that's not even that bad. They lost a turn there. This would be a win for them. But we're still in that. Like, I don't think we can come back from that. Okay. Basically, we kind of have it covered, but this is a problem. So it probably won't work. Because now we block, take 3. And didn't attack. We're in the same spot as last turn. Might as well add to the board and then have a double spell. I know I can draw more cards, but if they had a removal, I don't see why they wouldn't deal with something and attack. Maybe it's something specific. We can play both. We need to survive this turn and we're fine. One more turn. We added a creature, the situation hasn't changed, so it doesn't actually look bad. Yeah, but they didn't have really that insane of an attack, right? Into Zac. I don't know what's going on. Oh, Carl, so your client messed up. What happened? Because that was weird, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it was weird because like we were assuming you would attack. Raphael Levy on the other side. And we're still expensive, but if we get a land, 3-drop into a land one time. You wouldn't have a flyer then on the back swing. I don't think I could one-shot you. I'm gonna leave it there. Don't have 1 damage to everything. That the fire magic is actually such a good card in this format. It doesn't fit every deck though. I'm gonna just deal with that. Because it makes everything cheaper. And we get then mana for that. Fine. It could be like the Opt or Treachery. $11. Wait, what is that? Look at the top 6 cards. You may put any number of equipment cards on the battlefield from among them. Put the rest on the bottom. You may attach one of them to a samurai you control. That's a samurai. It is lethal on board in my books. No, it's not. It's not. They go to 1. I just started drafting cheaper decks and it works better. I was memeing too hard with all the Golgaris yesterday. No, we have only one Infiltrate. I'm playing it just for the artifact synergy and it is a 2-1, 1 mana 2-1. Yeah, this card is crazy. Okay, we're probably doing a sealed after this because the queues are really slow now. We can check, maybe we still get in a draft though. We were a little bit on the expensive side, but ultimately look at the card quality. 2 of these, we had Sit with another Artificer. This was great. This was great. This was great. Tidus is kinda whatever, honestly. It's fine. I like Fragment. It wasn't even that good in this deck, but it is a cheap artifact. The thing is, like, you want a short sword to be good as well. Well, it wasn't that great here. Cargo ship busted. Quality and some synergy.